I didn't get the YouTube going yet. There you go. Wolf is doing just fantastic. It's not cold out anymore, so I'm taking the dog on the longer walk through the longer park. He likes that. I like that. He gets to be more dog. Hello. Okay. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set to 12 and call it a day. But you've actually taken the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. Thank you, game. And that's how I know that you care about this experience and that you're paying attention. Man, you know, I wasn't expecting launch Stanley Parable and get like a boosting emotional support message first thing in the morning, calling me a good boy. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Just, it's so cooperative. Next time you boot the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want, even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it. All right, let's get back to the video game now. I wish more games need to do this. You know, this is like side note before we get it. I feel like this is the kind of thing that like it's clearly like the creator is taking advantage of the medium. Like I feel like because like in VR, for example, I feel like this is like a really common thing that world creators often don't. It doesn't feel like they're taking advantage of the medium. Like you make, like, you're in VR, you can quite literally make pretty much anything that you can possibly dream of, and probably the most common thing that people make is something that feels like it exists in the real world. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of like it's always, I always find it super refreshing to see it like get properly kind of used. Okay, we can launch the okay. Rant over. Let's just play the game, you know? The end is never the end, chat. There's also an achievement when you start the game for the first time after 10 years.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Oh, right, we have audio here.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was...
Oops. I didn't mean to skip that. I just wanted to switch back to the window. Quit the game and then start the game again. We just got an achievement. Okay, so we unlocked the
co-workers were gone.
The extra thing bucket. I want to get this exit. So apparently there is a way you can just kind of wedge yourself on one of these. I know that this is an exit. You can get out this damn window. There's like some way that you can like wedge yourself onto one of these chairs. Crouch? You can climb up 434. Ah. Ah. We did it.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be?
It's pretty
Why
cool.
don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Oh. No.
Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened
Yes,
if
we
you
have to do it
had
again
told
with
me
the
that you
bucket.
wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is Rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected Continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not.
My God.
In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here.
Do we try the other option and then go get the bucket?
Spot forever and ever. Cheers.
I guess we're sick of it. Wait. You have to reset? He's left us, chat. We also just confirm that I have a bad habit of missing my poor YouTube chat. There we go. Okay, do we try the other option, or do we want to get the bucket first?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter
okay, let's
how
try the
hard
other one.
Stanley
Let's try the
looked,
other option
he
first.
couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Let me back up. There we go. Okay, let's try the other option first.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Sure, let's say
well,
yes.
I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want.
Call me out
like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told.
Oh my God, this fucking game.
Old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in
the developers have a lot of humor. The writing on this is fantastic.
Quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. Yeah.
Oop, sorry. I hate games that I can't click out of. Oh, God. Chat, I'm sorry. There we go. Resume.
You too will become quite unbearable.
Was it worth it to jump down again? I think so. Now we gotta try it with the bucket. Is this it? Is this just gonna play on loop now? I think it's just gonna play on loop, okay. Let's go grab the bucket and try it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone? Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear. We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self. The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger. Of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself.
Oh my God.
Perhaps, if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley. What are you talking about? He screamed. You're a bucket!
You're a bucket.
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow. No, said the bucket. Not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults.
We're getting some sweet lore here.
Then, and could not conceive the ramifications of... No! Stanley screamed even louder this time. This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
Why are we even doing
screamed and screamed and screamed. The bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like... My God, Stanley, you did it. You saved us from the bucket.
What?
Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
We did it, chat. True ending. What if we grab the bucket and just stay in our office?
What could it mean?
Oh wait, we can't get back into our
Stanley
office if we
decided
go far
to go
enough
to
away,
the
can we?
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply
Can we
missed
get back
a
in the
memo.
office? Ah, okay, we can't get far enough away from the office, okay. Is there any other ones that we can do back here with the bucket? I'm sure, I don't know if the clicking on the door with the bucket's gonna be any different. I think we also have a bunch of non-bucket ones that we've probably missed already as well. We still haven't, what's the input that we need to... Wait, what did I click on? Purple. Your bucket. What did we do? Why is there one pink now?
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Embrace the bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest
I could
and
do
entered the door on his left.
do a bunch of like the ones that we've done already with without the bucket. So we did some of the office ones. I don't know. Did we didn't do like the standard exit. You can go to the boss's office, but when the door is closing, you walk back outside. Lost Fables. Fables, how you doing? This changed a bit. Oh, it actually crosses off a large room with lots of boxes, stairs, something to do with stairs, somewhere both red and blue. It's a private but smelly place for an important person. Oh.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for up. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked
Yo, let's do the
upstairs to
boss's office, but
office.
we go in. Well, I know there's one down here. Okay, we'll do down the stairs first, and then we'll do the boss's office, and because I don't think we've done the non-bucket boss exit where you run out the door. Oh.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that.
Don't do the boss door ending yet?
Stanlerine under your belt.
Do it much later.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for it. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this.
Oh.
Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious.
We're tripping again.
Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him. Stanley! Stanley, it's me! The bucket!
I'm coming, Bucky.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next.
Oh my God.
None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket. Come to me, Stanley. Find me. He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
What?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on
What
a
did
day
you
like
take
any
to see
other.
these things?
She
I don't
rose,
know.
got
I don't know,
dressed,
Ruby.
picked up her bucket of comfort and security and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought.
Don't forget your bucket at
She
home,
hugged
chat.
her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
My life kicks ass. You can go down into the basement without the bucket. Yeah, we did that. We did that exit already.
Someone was following Stanley.
Wait.
He was sure of it.
What?
If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
That's a different.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms.
We haven't done like
With
the
bucket in
regular,
his
like
arms
the
again,
normal
he was
exit
home.
with the bucket yet.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Does this update? Yes, it does. Private but smelly place for an important person.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Oh, whoa, no. Oh.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines. And now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlers. What do you think, Stanley?
You have taken the right door and then the left
that you
door
get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up
down
by
the
one.
elevator. I
Let
think
me
we
sit
did,
on
yeah.
it. I'm sure it will come to me.
We can check it out with the office. I got this feeling money's for stealing. Not yours, of course. Awudo, how you doing?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
This bucket.
Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket...
So we haven't done the standard exit yet with the bucket.
Yes. This is certainly
We did the one where we go back and forth up and down the elevator. I'm doing pretty good, Poodle. The game if you missed the start of it, I highly recommend going back and just watching like the first the first like 5 minutes of it or whatever. The game like called me a good boy in the morning and made me feel nice and warm.
He would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
No, I know you didn't mean this one, Ruby. I know you meant the different elevator. But we haven't done this exit yet with the bucket. We haven't done the escape exit with the bucket yet either.
Control facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs.
Gasp.
The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring.
I feel like there's probably other exits here too, right? Here you can climb up the desk and just jump down into the hole. Whee!
Just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall. Now, what to do next, Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they set up a little couch and relaxed. It really wasn't so bad down here, a bit cold perhaps. After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket.
Yeah, we haven't done this without the bucket either.
But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all.
Really?
He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat
Have
at
a
him.
good night.
Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning. It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
Oh. Oh! Wait, now it's different. Someone just dropped something upstairs.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Why is it different now? I mean, we could fall off now without the bucket, maybe, unless this isn't actually a reset loop.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy. So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
I feel soothed, do you, Chad? Looks right. Or look right? Wait, did I miss the thing that you wanted me to see?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the
there was a figure.
That read,
There's a figure back there? Okay, well, we'll come back because we got to do the escape exit with the bucket, so we'll be back. You already got that one? Okay. Missed bucket already.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility.
I know, right? It doesn't feel as comforting without the bucket.
When the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, Getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development.
Ah, perfect.
And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it. And you're all very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours. So here you go. New content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates.
It does.
Isn't that what you crave? New
Yes.
content? Always more content, more content, more. And I'm here to give it to you. I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game, with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this section. You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you.
I'm ready.
That's how special you are.
More.
We call this track, Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done.
Good job, you did it. Good job.
We did it.
3, 2, 1. Good job, you made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. You jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a bug, but now it's an ending. Now it's an ending. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier and chase your dreams. The railings don't mean anything. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job,
We did it, chat.
you did it. Good job.
True
you
ending.
did it. Good job, you 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 did it.
Perfect.
All
Escape
his
ending with the
co-workers were
bucket?
Gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had... Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone.
The game is
again,
like
not
weirdly a little
truly
bit
alone.
laggy today. I
Not
don't know
with
what it
the
is.
bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Keeps getting these like slight stutters as we go to like load things.
Coming to a
And you guys think that we
Stanley
shouldn't
and
do
bucket
the
walked
leave the
upstairs to
boss's
boss's
office ending
office.
yet? Why should we wait till later to do that one?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to
guess we'll
discover
just
not
wait, 'cause
an
otherwise he's gonna make us
indication of any
wait.
Human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation,
No.
Stanley may have broken down into an emotional
You
dumpster
lose-
fire,
you
if not
lose
for
the
soothing
bucket.
presence of the bucket. Even
I don't
now,
wanna lose the
in his
bucket.
darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would.
Yes,
And
yes.
he knew it.
Tell me the code.
The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
Yeah, we keep getting these random like loading
Stanley
jitters.
guessed the correct
Don't
code
know
by
why.
sheer luck. Was it the
I don't have
bucket
anything like
all
running
along?
in the background.
Was the
that should be
bucket
running.
guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Yeah, I don't see anything back here. Escape ending. Oh, we still haven't done the proper ending. We actually still haven't done the proper ending. Sorry, let's do the proper ending first. We've still not yet
Stanley
done
and
the
bucket
proper
walked
ending.
straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Mind control facility. Yes, yes, there's monitors. Yeah, they're spying on us.
Television screens.
I got bucket, I
What
don't care.
horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs.
Legas.
Bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly.
Me and LZ
burst
on the
into
same
tears.
wavelength there.
Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facilities?
I don't know why I keep getting
influence
this
as
stuttery
well?
load thing.
Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His
I can't
own
accept
life in
it.
someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Oh, that's right. We still have two options
was the
here.
proof. The heart of the
Okay, so we'll have to come back here also and try
happy or sad or content.
picking
eating,
the
working, all of it monitored and
the
commanded from this very
don't
place.
turn it off answer.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its
Let's turn it off.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley
did
and the
it.
bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control
Okay, so we'll have to come back here and do the power on, like the bad ending.
Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end.
What?
True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and...
Oh,
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket.
No.
Needed the soothing warmth of
no!
go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place, not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms, not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room, but at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right?
We do got the
I'll
bucket.
be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
I got, okay, so now we gotta do the,
How long was I
now we have to
sitting
turn
there?
on the mind
Stanley
control
wondered to
device
himself.
with the bucket
Minutes,
and get that
days,
ending.
Sent the good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket, off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered.
Then we
the
gotta
door
start
on
doing
his
all the right
left.
door exits. I think that, oh, I guess other than leaving the boss's office, which we don't, I guess we don't want to do yet because that'll lose the bucket. Hopper! With the 16 months, let's go! Am I, talk to the Wicked Witch of the
Coming to
Well?
a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked
is my
upstairs
bucket.
to the
How are you doing,
boss's
Hopper?
office.
We're playing a little Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned.
I think it's
to
still
discover
faster
not an
just to do that and do the
indication of
calming
any human
music.
life. Crushed by the weight of this, but Stanley guessed the
He rambles
correct
on
by
for-
sheer
oh.
luck. Was
Or-
it the bucket
or
knew
it's
all
just
along?
gonna let us
Was
right
the
in. Okay.
bucket guiding him? Yes, This
Yes.
is certainly the most logical explanation.
Just teaching your friend about networking. Like what kind, like internet networking or like meeting new people? Interesting.
Stanley and the bucket
And then we'll have to come back and do the
walked
escape.
straight ahead through the large door that read,
It's too many
Mind
exits.
Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Yeah.
What
Let me through.
horrible secret did this place hold?
Did they learn about
Stanley
the
and
internet?
bucket both wondered
Are
to
they learn it
themselves.
now? That involved with Ethernet cables and yada yada. Yada. It's all just like
The monitors jumped to life.
Like worms
Stanley
in
nearly
tubes,
dropped the bucket in
man.
shock. Everyone in the office
You know?
was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket
Worms
had
in
never
tubes.
seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
Probably.
Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket.
Well, he almost got it, but
He
unfortunately it
couldn't
didn't work at
accept
all.
it. His own life
Well.
in someone else's control? Never!
Well,
He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire
wait, did you make
world.
sure that he had a
At
bucket
this
present?
point, he could
'Cause the
trust
bucket
no
really
one
helps.
except for the bucket.
This is back in the office. Night pause. I still haven't had a chance to try
Here
out
was
that
the proof. The heart
that
of the
multi-stream chat
operation.
thing that you recommended.
Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating,
let's
working,
turn it
all
on
of it
this
monitored
time.
and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in,
He did the bucket as well.
Stanley decided that this machinery would never. But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Oh,
Birds. Silly birds. The control button
exact settings, but it didn't work. Weird. Gull? Wait.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all.
Birds.
It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true
Tiny chain
intentions.
phaserable shot. That
Had the
sucks.
bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the
Bird.
bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life
I feel
could have
called out.
taken,
Willis,
this one
he's
was
upstairs,
surely the
laying in
best.
bed still. He's doing
And
better.
Stanley was happy.
I think he might be playing War Thunder. It does, but it's not gonna be a problem for a long. I'm gonna fix it and sell it for the. Oh, and then we're back in a different hallway again. Why? Sometimes we start in this hallway. Bucket.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just
I was
smiled.
talking about the game.
Anywhere they went together
Actually-
would be perfectly fine.
Oh, where's
with him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his
Try the
chest
escape ending.
and entered the door on his left.
I didn't see any Blue Jays. Gotta find. Okay, we gotta find these other ones. Large room with lots of boxes and somewhere red and blue. Okay, well, I think we know where those are. Nope.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Let's try the escape ending.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes.
Guiding bucket.
This is certainly the most logical explanation.
I mean, to be fair, his actual Zona is like a cotton candy J. Cotton candy colored J.
Stanley and the bucket walk straight ahead through the large
I don't know
door
if I have
that
like a
read,
nice
mind control
ref
facility.
show, but like picture like a blue jay, but like it's
Although
like
this
blue and
passageway
pink.
had the word escape written on it,
Kind
the
of.
truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
but not like fizz blue and pink, like a slightly different pink blue.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Me and the bucket are getting out of here.
At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. Oh, right, the crusher. But we got bucket
As the
this
machine
time.
whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Steppies?
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death.
Oh.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
Now you make me picture your soda. I mean, I've made a Navali fizz before. The bucket grand exhibit.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take
my
a bucket
God.
like this and to claim
love
it for
this.
his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
They put way too much effort into into this. This is great. I love this. The stress bucket, an analogy. Coping strategy. Holes. We're in the bucket museum, chat. Ancient pictures of the bucket.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as
You know,
dazzling to
have
behold as
ADHD
this one.
hyperfixation into me.
It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
The hanging bucket. A piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance inevitably is for our own good. bucket?
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I.
Everything
that
is
will
buckets.
right this
It's all
terrible
buckets.
wrong.
Oh,
Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's
Bucket is
buckets from their
life.
treatment as tools and implements if only we let
Steppies?
Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as
Steppies.
commander of a new world, a new vision.
crush me, daddy. Pancake. Okay,
All of
let's
his
try going
coworkers
right.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Chat, why is it a left turn now?
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But
Aliens.
Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was.
It's a nice
Had the
lounge.
bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. No, never mind.
Did we ever do
The bucket was
going
wrong.
left from here without
Stanley
the
took
bucket?
the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Did we ever go this way without the bucket?
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
We never, no, we never, I don't think, did we ever do this one? Without the bucket? Guess we'll find out. You don't think we did this one without the bucket?
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd
Oh,
find
we've
this
definitely
place
not done this
eventually.
without the bucket.
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet, because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
I don't think we've seen the Adventure Line yet
Hey,
before
look at
either.
that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to
Raw
next?
assets.
Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
We're off.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up. Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the
No.
bucket.
Oh, it's
That's
my
why
bucket.
I'm very proud
No.
to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
No, it's
I
my
think it'll
bucket.
make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it
Why-
also was not
why
in
are
the
the
original
pistons
game, but it's
just
such a well-fleshed
out
out character with
of
so
the
much
engine?
personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're
No, it's my
ready.
bucket.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if
Run,
you were to
I
really
can't.
explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's
Chat,
really
we're
like
trapped.
10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Get the fans what they want. Hurry! The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with
Such
you. Tell
marvelous
such
things.
spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Beautiful. The end is never the end. Okay, we haven't done that one without the bucket though.
Someone
Let's
was
do that
following
one.
Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It
Bye,
was only a
bucket.
matter of time.
Could reset the game if the stuttering's still happening? Maybe. I don't know if it'll be a game
Stanley
fixing.
came to a set
I wonder
of
if
two open
Windows
doors.
is doing something in the
This was
background.
not the correct way to
It
the
is.
meeting room.
Maybe
and
after this next
Stanley knew it
exit,
perfectly
I'll try
well.
restarting the game and we'll
Perhaps
just
he
see if
wanted to
that
stop by the
that addresses
employee
it.
lounge first, just to admire. Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
The end is never the end.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. That happens to the best of us.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now,
The Twitch chat
we
keeps
went down
disconnecting.
Right, left, down.
Is anyone else
left,
having issues
right.
with the Twitch chat?
Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Oh,
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh. Who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, hmm? Okay, from the top.
okay. Let me try. Let's just try restarting the game just to see if it fixes the jitteriness. Do we go the same way again? Developed by Crows. I feel like we need to keep entering the time. Wait, are we there yet, Dad? No, we're not there yet, Hopper. It's currently 10:03. We're gonna have to change the laundry over soon. Your favorite time of day? That's right. It asked me to put in, or you you could simply resist giving it the correct time again. After all, how much you enjoy setting the time correctly. Okay, I'm curious how accurate 10:03 is. Let's use another slider to find out. How accurate is 10:03? It's pretty accurate. Confirm. You know, I just say, regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. I feel like I'm learning more about you. You like things to be set. It's good data to collect. I wish we had more sliders, but we've gone through all the sliders I have. Perhaps I can invent some new sliders to gather data on you. Shouldn't be too hard. Let's whip up a couple new ones. Should be ready the next time you boot up the game. Perfect. Love it.
This is the story of a man named...
Okay, we've seen the intro. Okay. Wait, you think the same way, Nick? Like just go back down there again? I know that there is a thing that causes like that yellow line that we saw that wants us to follow it. I don't know how to get to that state though.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered this was not
like if we just go down there again, it's probably just that same
well.
exit that we just
Perhaps
had,
he
right?
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first.
You need to go through
just
that
to
again.
admire it.
I see. Okay, so we'll go down there again. Nah, it's still doing the
Truly
laggy
a
load
room
thing.
worth but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I'm at this point, I think it might just be
And so
something
he detoured
Windows
through
doing in the
maintenance
background.
section,
I probably have to
walked
restart the
straight
PC,
ahead to
but
the
it's
opposite
not bad
door,
enough
and
for a
back
PC
on
restart.
track.
I don't think it's bad enough for a PC restart.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
It feels like it's just giving us the same
Oh,
exit
no.
though.
No, it's to the right. My mistake. No, not the right. Why
Maybe we need
would
to do
I
it twice in a
ever
row.
said it
Maybe
was to
restarting the
right?
game kind of screwed it up.
What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear. Would you hold on for a minute, please?
Take your time.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep. Okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Nope.
No.
It's the laundry.
This
We'll
isn't right at all.
after
You're not
we'll
supposed to be
we'll
here
let
yet.
it do the
This is
reset,
all
and then I
spoiler.
gotta go switch the
Quick,
laundry
Stanley,
over.
close
It'll
your
be time to
eyes.
make more tea.
Okay. We just have to get back to oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just
Yeah, I'm wondering
restart
if you have
the
to do
game
this one
from
like
the
twice in a
beginning.
row or
And
something
this
to get
time,
it to do that.
Suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Okay, so I think we'll try that one more time, but here, let's just take a quick break. I'm gonna make some more tea. I guess switch the laundry over. Where is the tea? Go get yourself a nice warm drink. We'll be right back in another like couple minutes. make some more tea. Raspberry biscuits. Oh. Raspberry biscuits. Okay, all right, okay. Pause that. Let's get the chats back up and running. Switch the thing over this time. Okay. So we'll do that one more time.
All of his co-workers were gone. What
Just to
could it
see,
mean?
maybe we need to do it twice in a
Stanley
row.
decided to go to the meeting
Oh.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We don't have the bucket. Bucket's gone. Ah. All right.
Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Which door do we try, chat? All of them. My God. Except the original doors.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever... I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh, okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to
Yeah,
go
I
to
think
the
we're
meeting
still in
room.
this loop.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We're still in this ending.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything? Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Oh.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yeah!
Congratulations!
We did it!
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Thank you for the hydrate. My tea is still extremely hot. Oh, there we go. There we go. This is the line I was
All right,
thinking of.
I've got a solution.
Thank you for the
This time, to make
hydrate,
sure
Arch.
we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
How you doing, Arch?
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Doctor's Magier. Oh. Do we follow the line or do we not follow the line? More games should have adventure lines. I feel like we have a choice here. Go original door. No, okay, that's...
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Okay. The narrator's done. We're just, it's just line. The game is just line. Line is game.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Da, 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 da. We're off on an adventure, chat. Wait, what?
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
Will it?
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
All right. Da 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 da.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Ah.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Still on line ending.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction? Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination.
Yes, we did
Whatever it
the
might
jump
be,
out of the
Stanley,
window with
I'm
and without
ready
the
for
bucket.
it.
Oh, the two exits without the bucket and then the bucket exit as well.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley,
Line.
I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just
Have
don't
fun.
acknowledge it. We should be fun.
Enjoy your food, Lou. Man, this is a wacky line. Oh, Bye.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere,
Dizzy.
the place where we're trying
Dizzy
to
Wolf.
go, there must be a reverse door.
Yes, I know
hidden
it's
here.
flashy. Now, there's not much I can
And
do
that
about
in
that, though.
turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So
Anytime I use the
starting
mouse,
from the
it
right,
shows up
let
for
us
some
ask,
reason.
will taking the right door
And then if I'm using the
lead us to
controller
where
and the
we're
mouse
going?
at the same time,
And
it does
since
the
answer is
flicker.
clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one.
If anyone knows how to
Another
turn my
victory
mouse
for logic.
off.
Come, Stanley. Our destiny awaits.
The confusion ending.
I'm
What's this?
escaping to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by
Confusion ending.
capitalism.
You're not telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant
Surprise.
ending? And we're supposed to restart the game what, eight
Oh.
times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
He won't do it.
And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us?
Well, if we...
Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
Send
I'm not
a
quite sure if we're
reader
in the
forgets the previous
destination or the
restarts.
journey.
Attempts to play the story, but is
Though they're
prevented,
always
unable to
saying
go
that life
anywhere.
is about the journey and not the destination.
Find
So
the line again.
that's
Begin
where we
following the
are
line.
right now.
Find a
We'll find out,
identical
won't we?
replica of the
Eventually.
office.
Well, in the meantime, if
Oh.
all of his co-workers were gone, what could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Are we still on that one, or... Are we still... Wait, but are we still on that ending, or...
The embrace of an old friend, a weathered companionship.
Okay, let's do all the
that
right door
stands
ones
the
with the
test
bucket.
of time. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him,
Bucket.
telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
See, we can jump
said the bucket.
down there.
Now ride the lift
The,
all
the
the way
doors
to the
are
top.
there.
There's something up there I need you to do.
And then
Stanley
we
did
can
not
unplug the
question
things.
why or how
There's a
this
bunch of
bucket
endings
was
in here.
speaking to him. It
Let's
should
do the
have
blue
alarmed him, of
doors
course, because
first.
buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked. No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless... What if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Is this
Now
a
then,
bucket?
I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin.
Game show time.
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Sure.
Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
I feel like I'm being tricked.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Sure.
Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
All right. Okay, okay.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Maybe not.
Incorrect. This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
I'm bad at this, Chad.
Is this a bucket?
Dog brain.
Correct. This is a bucket.
What?
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Sure.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
What?
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next... Let me see. It should be around here somewhere. Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something, and therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
Yes.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart.
The tables have turned.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go.
Bucket, you're tearing us
Is
apart.
everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets.
Bucket.
Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue.
I know,
But it
right?
doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what. I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
You see, it keeps like randomly cutting off like a little bit of the end of the dialogue as well.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Okay, so wait,
Stanley
so we
decided
can't,
to
can we
go
not
the
get to
meeting
the
room.
red and
Perhaps
blue
he had
door
simply
with the
missed a
bucket?
memo.
Because if I want to get the collectible, then I have to walk down there without the bucket. If I don't have the bucket, is there a no bucket sign there?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art, but eager to get back to business,
Eager to get back to
Stanley took the
business.
first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for
Zero
others?
considerations.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really
Oh yeah, I
do
see no
want
buckets
to help
past this
you,
point.
to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon, you'll collect the
Figler
last one,
and
and then
Marines.
the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
I'll have to, I don't remember the last one, what the
Now
clue
listen
was for the
carefully,
last
this
one.
is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
I don't remember which is the faster exit out of here.
Aha.
Oh, I guess we can
Perhaps
always
you
just, wait, we can always
misunderstood.
just, begin again. Okay, I just need to go to the whiteboard because I don't
All of
remember
his
the clue for the
co-workers were
last
gone.
one, but I think it's
What
also
could it
down that
mean?
area. Oh, wasn't the
Stanley
clue like just
decided to
lots
go
of
to the meeting
boxes?
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I think the clue is just lots of boxes.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he
I know
entered the
it's
door on his
probably down the
left.
right door. I just want to see what the clue was again. Large room with lots of boxes. Do we take the bucket there?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
God,
mean?
it keeps like randomizing
Stanley
this.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, we'll take bucket with
The
us.
bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him,
Bucket's
telling
calling.
him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was
Do we just
wrong.
jump down? Or is
Stanley
it
took the door on
up
his
here
left
and I just-
to go
I'm
back
blind?
to the meeting room.
Let's actually look
No,
around just before
Said
hopping
the
on the
bucket.
walk
Don't go
up
to the
the
meeting
plank.
room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes.
This-
Go
this
there.
one?
Go to the cargo lift.
Oh, I see it. How do I... Oh, God, there's new things down here that I didn't know were here. Is that an exit there? God, stop lagging, Romney game.
And there it is, the last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Yay! We also haven't done the ending where we fall down there with the bucket. But I didn't see this before. What's this? Oh. We haven't done this without the bucket.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore.
Nothing feels real.
The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything
It's
makes.
Stanley.
The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so...
Miss old technology.
What do I do with this
That's that
treasure?
tape.
I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
Yeah, we're really zooming in. Well. All right, then. Is that there without the bucket? Do we go there without the bucket? Oh, we're in a loop. We don't got the balloons. We're in a loop. Oh. Okay.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines. Those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
Yeah, it was pretty good,
Yes,
actually.
I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
Oh.
I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Sure. Oh, we're back here.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Walkies? What if I grab number 7? How many of these collectibles are there?
And here was the second Stanley. You found this one all on your own just by poking around behind the boss's office. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest, back then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways. Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
Was it under the stairs or the boss's? I think it was under the stairs that we found the third one. Like I mean, like I know we found one in both locations, but I think it was under the stairs, and then boss's bathroom. Please vote now. What do you think, chat? I think it was under stairs. You're back. Lou, do you remember where we got the second figurine? Was it boss's bathroom or under the stairs? Like we got one from both locations. You think boss's bathroom? I thought it was under the stairs. Went down for... Okay, I think I... What, 2-1, Pluto, I'm sorry. Let's see if we're wrong.
Hey, that's exactly
okay,
right.
We got it right.
It was here, under the stairs. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time.
Thank you for the follow.
_007 is now following.
Thank you for the follow, Super Splat.
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Well, I can't actually say I remember.
We didn't
being in
actually,
this room,
but
it's
I'll grab it anyway.
Zone, so it must have happened.
I'm pretty sure that's not what happened, but we'll grab it anyway. The doors.
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was by the red and blue doors. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion.
Oh, perfect.
Enjoy.
Oh, this is classic. Oh, the wipe. What's that in there? It's a figurine. It's mini Stan number 5. Yeah, we found it. You found it near the red and blue doors. Thanks for watching. God, this takes me back. It's like pre-YouTube. This is what digital videos from home looked like.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything
Made me
else.
question your sanity. Is there a place that like you can see the list? The list of endings that you've gotten? To have some idea of how many endings that you have and how many you have left? And which ones you've got back here.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here in the warehouse. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind.
There's a
Perhaps
map for the
because
endings?
It was the one
Is it
that
like
happened more
in-game?
recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind
How do I get
works?
to it?
All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Community made map. Is it like just a web thing that I put my my save file into?
And then there was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
Oh.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels. Okay, yes, this spot in the warehouse. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
Last time we used it, it was a massive picture of the flowchart. Okay, I might look into this after we finish this loop.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
I do remember the video. Oh God! Oh God!
Yes. I
Thanks
loved
thanks for
video.
that. I hated it. The links work in the chat here.
Still don't remember the pink
Yes,
room, Stan.
I think
Still no
maybe
memory of
not.
this one.
I might have
Good
them
room,
disabled.
though. A solid room.
What's the website called? I can just search it real quick.
These really were a treat to hunt
Wait, I
down.
missed it?
You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
F. I was distracted, chat. Chat, I'm a dog.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember.
We're gonna be
it
short
too.
one
The
now.
past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going. This is it. The very first one we found
Fish.
in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurine. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Pretty dark at times. Sometimes, yeah, I would say so.
Look, it's the terrible new content. It's
the jumping circle.
Originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
The two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one. And before everything else, there was your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with, well,
I'll check it out. I'll check it out.
With a character named
first
Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to get back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
The end is never the end is never the end. Okay. See that map that you posted there? Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Fun just to annoy the hell out of the narrator. Stanley's in the office, so you can walk out of the office. You can stay in the office and get the reluctant ending. User input in Stanley office. The heaven ending. What? What's this? So we can crouch out the window. Heaven ending part 1, 2, and 4. Manual restart. This isn't even the bucket endings, is it? Oh my god. Oh no, there's buckets in here. Oh my god. There's so many. Wait, did we get the broom closet ending? I don't know if we got the broom closet ending. We've definitely been in the broom closet. Oh, we haven't done a manual restart from the broom closet, have we? Okay, let me. We're gonna keep this over here. Let me zoom out on that like a little bit. God, that's not gonna be an easy way for me to show this whole picture. Wait, let me save image, and then I can just open it. That's the porn folder, and then we can just open the image. There we go. Then I can browse it a little bit more easily. Get that there, and let's get the. I have to move my chat over here, I guess. Let's see, move chat over there. All right. Okay. All right. So, okay, user input in here. How do we? No, it's the only reason we have all the endings is because of the community. There's close to no way for a single person to find them all. I agree with that. Well, I don't know what that means by user input in Stanley's office. Okay. So we did the crouch out of the window. If blue office, we're not in blue office.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see when.
All right. Oh my god, there's so many. I'm so lost. Where do I go? Okay. Sure. What does it mean by user input? Did you know the ending where you jump down to the platform in the room full of TVs? Yes, we did get that one. And they made sure to explain that that was a glitch in the original. Let's see. Okay, so I go straight to the meeting room. Oh my god, there's so many. Okay, well here, we haven't done the bucket one.
Everyone is so lucky to
where we go
Stanley
into
was
the
a very
phone
lucky
room.
fellow. Very lucky indeed.
Let's go to the phone room.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yeah, Zimdom. What
And here
is
it was. Had the
Zimdom,
bucket
what
turned
is
out to be
the
correct?
user
Well,
input?
no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
One of the computers in the office will say awaiting input. Yeah, I've seen that one. And that round you interact with it, you have to fill in the pink bar 5 times. I know we clicked on it once and we got one pink bar.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
But we haven't done the one where we fall off
Now
here.
ride the lift all the way to the...
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the
computer
separation of
changes
himself
place
and the
each
bucket,
time. I
his
see.
dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply
How
touching.
deeply touching. So we'll look for the computer that has
All
the
of his
waiting
co-workers were gone.
inputs.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply
Or is
missed
it,
a memo.
We're gonna start with it in this location. So then what do I do? Okay, so one of the computers in the office will say waiting input. That round you interact with it and have to fill in a pink bar 5 times to go to heaven. So it received input. It says, is there like a different PC that I go to now? Or I catch it on the next loop or what? The pattern in here just seems to say like we walk out into the main office, heaven ending part 1, 2, and 4 is here. Or do I find another one that's waiting for input? Next computer will be another one, okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Do I do a like on a fresh loop? Does it mean like on a fresh loop?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Aha. Aha. Input received. And then restart. So now number 3 is up the stairs,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
according to the map.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
All right.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase,
there should be another monitor
Stanley
up
walked
here.
upstairs to his boss's office.
Heaven with a bucket. This one? Aha. Okay, and then 4 should also be
All of his
out
co-workers
here.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ah.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't
where
find a
is
trace of his
5, though?
co-workers.
Or user input in Stanley's office now. So now begin the game again. And now it's my PC. We would have never found this. Welcome, Stanley, to heaven. I hate it. This is our existence now. You can go to the heaven with the bucket as well. We can try it. Do I hope I don't have to turn them all off. No, they're turning back on. What do I do? To restart. Oh, yeah, sorry. It says right in the map. I have to do a manual restart. Oh, wait. This is a thing that was saying here. If blue office, open room 426.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
The
mean?
whiteboard ending.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Dog mode? What? Dog mode. Best mode. What happens now? Ruff.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, are we in a regular loop now, or what is this? Okay, we got the 2-door decision. Okay, what's one that we haven't done yet? We've done the madness ending. If we go up the stairs, we can go to the executive bathroom. Okay, walk to the boss's office. We can put the number on the keypad. We can put the wrong number on the keypad. The keypad is skipped by the aerator. Step in, shutting the door, go back to Stanley office, head upstairs to the escape pod ending. Do we lose the... You think we lose the bucket if we do the escape pod ending? Rough. Yeah, let's try the escape pod ending.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Probably
Stanley
won't lose the
decided to
bucket.
go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
We don't have it right now. How far in do I need to go?
Stepping
Ah, perfect. Oh, go back to Stanley's office. The new content thing's back. You are now leaving. Man, this is the worst set of stairs. Back from the restaurant, Fizz. Ooh, how was it? What did you get? We're walking upstairs. Oh, so exciting. I know this is the kind of content you tune into Fizzwolf streams. Let's just walk up some stairs. 760 flights. You had, I mean, I'm assuming you had Thai food at the Thai restaurant. God, it's very dark. Ah. Escape pod. Ah, okay. Okay. Escape pod ending. Wait, can we do... Well, we can't... I don't think we can do this with the bucket because we have to leave the office and the door will shut. So I don't know if we can get that with the bucket. Let's bring this back over here. Okay, what else do we have going upstairs? So walk into boss's office. Should be able to, you thought? I mean, we can try. Keypad skip by narrator. Repeatedly use the lift up and down. Okay, yeah, so we've had that. We've had that ending. Thank you for the pets. Self-destruction, explosion ending. Okay, we've gotten the explosion ending. We've gotten the freedom ending. Continue to violent death. No death. New. Okay, the museum. Switch from on to on. Okay, we've. Wait. Let them kill you. Or let time kill you? What was that one? Secret disco. Where did you see secret disco? Am I blind? You have to find an event after restarting a few times where the office door doesn't close when you leave. Left up and... Oh, secret disco. Okay, so go to the mind control facility. Do not take the elevator. Go back and hit the light bulb button. Secret disco. And then it just takes you just back up to take the elevator to the control room. Wait, there is press buttons to stop clock. Let the self-destruction happen. Okay. I think we've gotten the explosion ending. Let's jump down from the facility. Bottom. Okay, we gotten the bottom ending. Okay, I think we... My God. Okay, we start that. We picked up the bucket. Enter the bucket dimension. Wait, did we get the bucket dimension? Are we in the bucket dimension right now? Oh, and these are all the bucket endings, maybe? Oh yeah, these must be all the bucket endings then. The spreadsheet is such a mess. Amateur memory zone again. Okay, we did this. Dismissed it. Okay, we did that one. Walk out to the main office. The heavens ending. Okay, so yeah, apparently you can get that with the bucket. We can try it. We got the murder ending. We didn't get whiteboard ending with the bucket. Or maybe this isn't necessarily with bucket or not. What's meeting room? Go to the broom closet. We got the stickers and we did get the stickers ending. Shut the door to that study room 417 from the hall. What? The madness ending. We got that one. Up the stairs. Go to the executive bathroom. Wrong key number. Okay, I think we got. Why does this click? Oh, that's because I'm in the menu still behind it. Hit the light bulb button. Okay, we could go look at the secret disco. We've gotten those two endings as well. We've gotten that one at the bottom of there. We got the museum ending. Let's see, what about this one? Take the platform all the way. We could unplug the phone. Or we could, because like when we don't when we unplugged the phone, that was like the one where we get stuck in there for like an eternity, was it? Where was what was the ending that we got stuck for eternity, and like the whole thing aged out and we just went out into the desert? Where was that one? Like straight or like take the right door, take the maintenance elevator. Spoiler ending. Okay, no. So we saw that straight ahead. Take the platform all the way. Was it unplug the phone? Real person ending? Did we get real person ending? Story is ruined. Failed start. The one with the reviews. We got the apartment ending. The Zending. Eternal bliss. What is? Jump from the catwalk. A red door. I feel like we got Zending. Did we get eternal bliss? I think we got eternal bliss. 2 doors decision again. Use secret tunnel. Discover the cassette archive. Okay, yeah, we found that one. We found that one. Well, we found that one with the bucket, I think, though. We don't think we did that one without the bucket. Where's the one that we got stuck like forever? Which ending was that? Okay, and I also think we're slowly running out of endings. The ultimate comedy show ending. Okay, so we definitely got the jump off the ones with the bucket, or the phone room one with
All
the
of
bucket.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
It's a bit late
Perhaps he
now.
had simply missed a memo.
The one with the memory zone.
It takes a lot of humility.
Yeah, because it was like we can skip or whatever,
Stanley checked
and you
his
can just keep
ego
skipping,
and then proceeded onward.
and eventually like
Stanley clutched
the
bucket
facility is
tightly to his
degraded and you're
chest.
just
This was
in
not the
like
correct
an
way to
endless
the meeting room.
wasteland.
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
I think we're getting close to
And here it was.
to all
Had
the content,
bucket
though.
turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
take the platform all the
Stanley
way.
did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Bucket is life.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Okay, so let's
Now pick
answer
up the
it.
phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the...
Answer it with the bucket.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend.
Bougie
And
apartment.
then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him. The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Take the bucket back home.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Bucket art.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me?
I
Listen
only
to
hear
me.
bucket.
It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk. all it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Doesn't do anything else. Listen to the loud man to go back home.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders
Jazz
from.
music.
Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Bucket.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket.
Bucket
This
is life.
sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
Believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press to go back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
To relive this same day with me over and over.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket.
Bucket.
Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
So much more. Just to go back home. Go home to work to home to work to home.
Oh no. I'm having feelings for the bucket. No. What's going on?
Oh
Why
yeah,
do I
here we
want to
go,
be
chat.
like the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say.
Some hot
Anything
bucket
it
action.
asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes, the bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it, or I'll...
Bucket.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Okay, let's unplug
What
the,
could it mean? Stanley
unplug the
decided to
phone.
go to the meeting room. Stanley cradled the bucket,
the bucket.
in a gentle embrace. Protective, yet delicate. Assertive, yet compassionate. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the
After that, I
meeting
don't
room,
know
but Stanley had
which
felt the
ones
bucket
we
calling
could go,
to
we could
him,
look at the
telling
secret
him
disco,
that the
but I don't
employee
know
lounge
if there's
was
much
simply the place to be.
else that we've really
And here
missed.
it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room.
Don't go to the
Go
meeting
somewhere
room.
else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because
we could try that
buckets
secret
can't
tunnel
talk. But Stanley
one
chose
without
not
the
to
bucket.
think
We haven't done
about
that one
this
without the
obvious
bucket.
fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Bucket.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Bucket.
Now pick up the phone.
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket. Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it, but there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
What is
God.
comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone
Oh my
laugh,
God, that hurt.
in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny."
I'm
Let's
Dunny
practice
with
screaming,
the funny.
"I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny with the funny.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience
You
on
tell
how
jokes
wrapped they
like
were throughout
that?
the joke is the only way
So,
to grow or learn as a
I'm
comedian.
Fizzwolf,
An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long, and should include the same
PHYSWOLF.
question reprinted several times.
The joke
Just
I'm
to
gonna
ensure
tell.
the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is.
God, that-
With these strategies at
that
your
look.
disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threatened our very
What?
existence, and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Okay, I'm Dunny with the funny.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Ah.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things. Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There was supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go.
Oh God,
back
please
and
no.
watch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
All right then.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video?
I
think
did
this
not.
was all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me
I'm pretty
down,
proud.
Stanley? Are you...
Oh,
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale
Pale.
with shame.
do you get it, Chad?
Pale. What other word
Pale.
to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket because the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instruction.
Make some dirt. I honestly don't know which ones we would have missed.
More instructional videos. Let's see.
Sorry, Leroy. We can take a look at the disco. We haven't seen the disco yet.
All of his co-workers were...
But after that, I think we've gotten...
This isn't the
We
right
might have
office,
gotten
is
all
it?
of them. I
Is
don't
this
know. We'll take a
Stanley's
look
office?
at the list after disco. I can hear Archer upstairs.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We played the
Yet
epilogue.
there was not a single person here either.
I don't think
Feeling a
so.
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Hi, Drew. How's it going?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he
God
didn't
damn it.
even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy.
No, not
he
the calming
relaxed
music,
for a
not the
few
calming
moments
music.
With some calming new age music.
It's got the ending where you go to the escape pod with the bucket. Yeah, we haven't gone to the escape pod with the bucket. To the escape pod ending with the bucket. Yeah, okay.
Feeling
Okay.
soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the open.
Oh, we also didn't do secret
passageway.
tunnel without the bucket. So we also still have secret tunnel without the bucket. And the disco isn't actually an ending, I don't think. It doesn't look like it's an ending. It's just...
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring
Yes,
of emotion
but
in
we
his
did that
chest,
with the
as though
bucket.
he felt more free
I
to
don't think we
for
did it without the
himself,
bucket.
To question the nature of his job. Why did
Did
he
you
feel
die of
this
old age?
now,
We haven't
when
died
for
of old
years
age yet.
It had never occurred
How
to
do we
him.
die of old age?
This question would not go unanswered for
So I might
long.
need a quick washroom break. Let's just do the we'll do the disco here, and then I might take a quick
mind control
quick
facility.
washroom break. No, we did that one.
The lights
LZ.
rose on an enormous room packed with television.
We did the up and down,
screens.
up and down, up and
What
down with
horrible
both
secret
both
did this
without
place
and with the
hold?
bucket.
Stanley thought to himself. Did
And
he
during
have
the press
strength
conference?
to find out?
So I think we need to go all the way till we get to the elevator, but then we just turn around and hit the light button again.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I think we go all the way here. And then we, oh fuck, we get stuck in here.
It was too horrible.
Okay, maybe
to
I
believe
don't
it
need
couldn't
the
be
elevator. Okay,
true.
well, I really need to take a piss. Okay, we'll just quick break. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. Go make yourself something. You have to go to bed. Thanks for hanging out with us, Hopper. Always a pleasure to have you. Let's see. Let me get my chat back up. There we go. Okay, so we screwed that one up, so we have to try that one again.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory.
Fish.
What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
Why the bonk?
When Stanley came
Just
to
a nice
set of two
fizz.
open doors,
Just a
he
good
entered the
fizz
door
hanging
on
out.
his left.
Nothing sus or anything going on.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his...
It's goofy.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Like DJ Goofy? Or just the act is goofy?
Okay, I think we all know the drill by blah blah blah. Dark secrets.
Oh, okay,
keypad,
all right.
Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
Okay, we got it. Oh, you're right. I'm still playing music. Look, I'm a bad streamer. The fish slamping bonds. Fish. The fish is an integral part of this stream. Okay, so I don't. So just, the note just says we turn on the light and then we turn around and
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large
we'll go to the
door
elevator
with
and turn around. But
mind
clearly, if we
control
make it all the way to
facility.
the elevator, it closes the gate. So I don't know. Do we go here?
The lights rose
then do
on
we
an enormous room packed with
click
television screens.
maybe the first
What
one, then come
horrible
back to
secret
it?
did this place hold? Stanley
Or we
thought
just-
to himself.
do we just turn it back
Did
off?
He have
Okay,
the
I can't turn it back
strength
off.
to find out.
I don't know if the doors might not close until we actually click on the elevator, but
jumped
oh no,
alive.
it closes
Their true
immediately.
Nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
Now, how
And
is this supposed to
Stanley,
work?
One of them.
Wait for 30 seconds
eternally
or 60
monitored
seconds?
in
Like,
this
oh wait,
place
like
where
at the
freedom meant
elevator?
nothing.
Like, yes. Okay.
This
I'm trusting you,
mind-controlled
Pabudo.
facility, it was too horrible to believe it
Pabudo.
couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Oh, there we go. I see. There you go. Secret disco. Super secret bros. Secret mode engaged. Secret room 2014. Grab this tune and use it in a track. Is this what this is? Oh, and then I can still go and take the elevator. Okay. That's it. Then the only one I can think of, we can check the chart after. Whiteboard ending. Is there a bucket
All
here?
his co-workers were
Bucket?
Stanley's bucket.
Then we could
The
do
only
whiteboard ending with the
co-worker he would
bucket.
ever truly need.
Turn on dark mode. Looking for a good game to play, I would recommend Superliminal. I have played through Superliminal. It's also fantastic. Okay, but then I want not bucket. I want not bucket for
The
secret
meeting
tunnel.
room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Even like
and
there, like
Stanley
for
knew it
example with
perfectly
that, like
well.
where the bucket's right
Perhaps he
outside
wanted
there,
to
by the
stop
time you
by
get close enough to the
employee lounge
bucket,
first, just to admire it. It was okay. But
It was
eager to
okay.
get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head.
all just instead.
I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination,
Toxic.
you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate
Oh, we did play
storytelling. It
Viewfinder
must
as
be
well.
so simple
Viewfinder
to
was
be
really good.
you.
We haven't done Escape
Life
Pod with
being
the bucket.
an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your
All your
fault.
The end is never. The end is never. Okay. Escape pod with bucket. Oh.
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
Apparently there was a phone call thing too. Okay.
Is Stanley, without the bucket, really Stanley at all? No, surely not.
Surely not.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Be right back.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Really?
Stepping in.
There you go. Forgot the save the puppy and baby ending where you spend 4 hours clicking the button. Oh God, no. Oh, but no, we can't get the bucket in there, so we can't do those ones with the bucket. Those ones are off limits for bucket. They didn't want to add too much content. The whole stream. Well, I don't know. We still got like an hour left. We can mash some drill core or something. I don't know. Make a macro and yeah. Something like you and me have similar tastes when it comes to puzzle games. Indeed. Thank you for the hydrate beam flare. Hello. Cheers, Beam. Beam, how's it going? Haven't seen you in a little bit. Oh, Ludo, you're right. We'll try that. We'll try that again. Okay, we'll try that again. Because that's definitely another one that we're missing. I'm glad to hear you're doing good. We're just walking around an office building. You know, just usual Fizz stuff. This is my favorite part of the game. For some reason, this part of the game really reminds me of Mirror's Edge. If anyone's ever played Mirror's Edge, God, that was such a good game. Why is it so dark? You haven't played Catalyst yet? Oh? We're gonna save the bucket. It'll be all right, Bucket. We'll always have the memories that we shared together. There isn't room in that escape pod for both of us. Goodbye, Bucket. Goodbye, Bucket. The end is never. The end is never. Okay. Let's see if we can do
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need.
heaven ending.
If
But
I can make it through this door,
no, the
I
bucket
can
is
make it
actually
through them
gone.
all.
The bucket's actually gone. Do you actually have to reboot the game? It doesn't just reappear on like a restart.
When Stanley
wait.
came to a set of two,
The bucket doesn't appear there. And,
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a... As Stanley lifted his bucket, he felt a connection to all buckets everywhere. This adventure, he decided,
almost thought we lost
was
our
for
bucket there
all
for a
of them.
second.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more
but really,
than
you
ever.
should reboot the
Perhaps
game.
his boss's office was where, coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay, we could reboot the game after this exit.
Stepping in,
See if we can get the heaven exit with the bucket. No, it's not open. Was it open the last time? Okay, well, let's see. Restart it. We'll try it one more time, I guess. The ending where Stanley jumps to his death is one of the darkest in the game. Oh yeah, the one where he just like continuously jumps to the death. Oh yeah, new sliders. Until the dog and the cat are friends. Aww. Aww. Until the number 5 becomes the number 9. It's just a slider until you stop adjusting the slider. Which of the two made-up words below is the most appealing to you? Boinkal? Boinkal? Or Scrumtush? Scrumtush. Like Scrumtush. Adjusted the slider. You don't tell me what to do. Do you know what time it is, right? I know what time it is. Is that time? Is the time that it is right now the correct time? Yes. What time is it anyways? Yes. Is there anything about yourself that you haven't told me? Yes. I'm actually a wolf. No. Will you come back to visit me? No. The end is never the end is never.
this is...
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yeah.
What could it mean?
And now some of the endings of this game make me question how the game got away with an E10 rating. Yeah. Some of them are pretty dark, for sure.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
So I guess we'll just try
Still no one
that
was
ending
here.
again and just see if
Stanley needed
it
the
does let
bucket's
us go
warmth
in.
and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was
Do it
where
again.
he'd find answers.
Yeah, we'll
Coming to
restart. We'll restart the
Stanley's,
game again.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
You haven't even unlocked the epilogue. Okay, what is the epilogue? How do I get to it?
Stepping in.
How do we get to the epilogue? Did we get the epilogue? What happens in the epilogue? What do we do if the office door is not open? It's not open, chat. I don't think it took your ending with the escape pod bucket. Should have had something happen to you after you restarted. Okay, well, let's do the escape pod bucket again, I guess. God, the stair. You just want me to climb the damn stairs again. It's fun. Look at all this fun we're having, chat. We're having a good time. We're having fun. Swoop is a stairmaster. I'm getting those thunder thighs going. Juicy thighs. Thank you for the stretch arch. Big stretch. Oh God. Wow. You have to get an ending for it to take. Okay. You have for the epilogue, you have to have all the figures, and you have to put in the 4 times when you got it. You have to put in all the figures and have to put in the 4 times when you got it. What do you mean? I don't know what you mean by that. Chat, you're so demanding. You'll have a dramatic moment with the bucket again. We have to relive this moment again, though. That's... Shh. Time 4 times for you to get it. Okay, I see. So we'll reboot the game again. This magic moment with the bucket. And sometimes you have to let your bucket go, chat. So then you think we need to let... Okay, so then you think we need to just get an ending now that the bucket's gone? So yeah, so the bucket's gone.
To the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Cat. Do we just get like a regular ending? Which ending should we go for? What's like the fastest ending?
This was not the correct way to the meeting
I think
room,
what's the fast
and Stanley
ending.
knew it perfectly well.
I was just jumping
Perhaps
off
he wanted
the
to stop by the employee lounge first,
platform
just
as
to
a fast
admire it.
ending.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I think just jumping to our
Stanley was
death
so
is
bad
pretty
at following
fast. Isn't it?
directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Uh,
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Like the one with all the
Good job,
monitors?
Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful. All of his co-workers
So let's see
were
if the
gone.
bucket's there. We'll
What could
restart
it
the
mean?
game.
Stanley
yeah, the bucket's-
decided to
okay.
go to the meeting room.
Replacement
Perhaps he had
bucket.
simply missed a memo.
Okay, I feel like we're still going.
And try not to lose this one too, you dolt.
Okay. Should we just try another quick ending just to see?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the
Trying to get
correct
back
way
to it
the
just being like a
meeting room.
normal
But Stanley had
bucket
felt the
interaction.
bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here
So
it
we just
was.
jump off with the
Had
bucket.
the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door. on
That
his
was pretty
left
much it. Your
to go
original
back to the
bucket
meeting
escaped
room.
this madness.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his
This
death,
bucket is
that
fake.
they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to
Okay,
go
yeah,
to the
now it's
meeting
back.
room.
Okay.
Perhaps he had simply...
So let's quit the game. The room with the lift. Where you jump, you die. Like what you did there. Reach the bottom of that floor without dying. Interesting. Okay. We'll restart the game again. So we should just restart the game a couple more times until we have to put in the time 4 times. Parkour. What time is it? Oh god, Does anyone really truly know? Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. Interesting. And I don't even know... You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. Sure, I've adjusted all the game settings to your exact specification, but who hasn't? It's just what I do, like a day job. And now the job is over. There's no more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you I can. I still don't really know you. And you don't know me. And neither of us knows what time it is. I guess some settings are just unsettable. But if I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't do anything in the game anyway. You won't have me here when the game starts next time, but that's okay. Video games are meant to be played alone. Come back to the game and get an achievement. You like being alone, don't you? That's maybe the only information I really learned about you. Well, it's time for me to leave. There's still one more setting that we need to adjust, but it may be a little time before I'm ready for that. I'm not really into my job. It's not really in my job description. That's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again if you can find me. Epilogue. What is epilogue? Epilogue. Many, many years later. Oh, we're back here. Found a few Easter eggs. Ooh. We're back in the endless desert. Don't go? We found wood, apparently. Oh well. Oh. Is that the escape pod over there? Does it have our bucket? Bucket! We got bucket bat chat. Wow. Sentence. We got bucket back chat. Yeah, we don't need that fake bucket. Stanley Parable 2. Like so many, I enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am at its sequel, where the first game teamed with originality. Stanley Parable 2 is a dull, uninspired, and often insulting to its fan base. Rather than expanding on what made first game enjoyable, the sequel veers off into territory nobody asked for. An infinite deep hole? Who cares? Where are the new endings? What about enjoyable bits from the Stanley Parable 1, like the adventure line? Instead we get an uninspired side quest, collecting figurines. Even this diversion feels incomplete. Collecting all the figurines gives you nothing. Pineapple. Hi, cutie. Wait, dog cat? Dog cat born. Scientists confirm hybrid species. Buttons. We made friends. No more spin-offs, no more sequels. When Stanley Parable launched to a massive success in 2013, its creator made plans to build the property into an entire franchise, but a disastrous critical and commercial reception to the Stanley Parable 2 has prompted the developers to rethink their ambitions, as outlined in a press release published today. It's clear that more Stanley Parable is just not what fans want. We thought that we had a revision for a series that players would be excited about, yet it turns out that have been further from the truth. Jim. Be sure to click on the name buttons at least once. Jim's. One of the buttons is special. Okay. You went to your first FurCon, also took a picture of Canada. Wait, which FurCon did you go to? Did you go to Fernal Equinox in Toronto? So long release. They all feel the same, LZ. Oh, you took a picture of Canada. There are more of them. Okay. Oh. I don't know why my cursor keeps picking up. I'm gonna... Ooh.
Jim. Stanley. Jim. Stanley.
Stanley. What do you think about Miatas? If you're small enough to fit in them, they're pretty fun little cars. Hello again. It's nice to see you. But it's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. This can't fit in that tiny ass car. I definitely cannot. Did you read what the developers said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise? What nonsense. Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Do I know Milo? I do not personally know Milo. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. If people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. No, I know of Milo, but I don't know him personally. It's not hard, in fact. Let me show you. Together, we're going to make Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. All we do is change the number in the game's title screen. We also need a really dumb subtitle for the game, something loud and gaudy. Go ahead, try combining some random words together to make a new title for our game. What? Stanley Parable 3. Outstretched boyfriends? A fistful of boyfriends. A fistful of boyfriends. Oh, whoa. It's absurd. I love it. Every time you restart the game, we'll advance the number of sequels by 1, and then we'll pick a new subtitle. That way, Stanley Parable will never end. And nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. That was a little bit. We talked about cars for like 30 minutes straight. Cool. Let's be the same content, recycled again and again and again with a new title screen. What do you think? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it, but I want you to have a say as well. Corgo board. Let's do it. Let's agree. New sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? Since you put faith in the idea, I feel like giving you something as well. You see, I've noticed that the narrator never found a way to give you the broken achievement, did he? Of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know. It didn't bother me. Let's fix that. Alright, the achievement machine is all fixed. You see, I'm on your side. We're in this together. We're gonna keep this train rolling. Stanley Parable cannot end. It can only spiral in on itself forever. Must keep the wheel turning. I guess I'm ready. You have your purple dog suit? Purple dog suit. Please. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. Here. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never. The Stanley player. Wait, does the epilogue? Does. Getting a full fursuit? Ooh, exciting. What maker? Does the epilogue do something now? Is it the same thing that we just did?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee
Friend
number
Lunar the Wagon. I don't know if I'm not familiar with their work.
He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through.
Okay, Or we just back? Is it? It's just the same game
All of his
again.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
You can
Stanley
get the
decided
test
to go to the meeting room.
achievement
Perhaps he had simply
in the
missed a
new
memo.
content. Wait, what? You can get the test achievement in the new content? You're stuck on desktop VRC.
Now this, Stanley thought to himself, this is a bucket.
New content
And
is
indeed
back.
it was.
Return to Stanley Parable 2. Wait, do we want to go back to the Stanley Parable 2? Wait, the achievement. Okay. The game just keeps going. Whoa. You could say it never ends. This is the game that never ends.
You see, Stanley,
It goes on
I've been
and
reflecting on the
on
Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few
We've been here
additions?
before,
Think of
though.
all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel, an entirely new experience built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions.
We've already been here.
This is
We've
what
never been here
fans
with the
have
bucket.
truly been asking for.
We're here with
Now, to
Bucket
be
now.
clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the
Yeah, we are
Stanley
getting close
Parable
to 3
2 is
years.
going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
I don't know what we could do for a anniversary stream. So was there something broken before that we couldn't get to? There's the settings room up there that we I could try a VR chat stream. We don't have to wait till then to try the VR chat stream. What if we go to the bucket with the bucket?
Wait, there are 2 buckets here. How did you get a second bucket? Oh no, the warmth and comfort of a single bucket is already so great, so intoxicatingly wonderful. With 2 buckets, there's no telling. Stanley, can you still hear me? Are you with me?
Whoa, Jesus.
Stanley! Oh, thank God, I didn't lose you, Stanley. The power of 2 buckets was too much. I had to destroy both of them. I know how much the bucket meant to you, but I couldn't take the risk. I hope one day you can forgive me.
No, it's my bucket. Yeah, we could have dual wielded buckets. It's F to Morn bucket chat. Can we get some F's in chat for bucket morning?
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloon. But I'm undecided on
Thanks,
Get
Chad.
Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th Birthday.
This looks like
Stephanie,
Roblox.
It is. Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
What's the Steam hot or shortcut for take a screenshot? Does anyone know what that is? F12? Didn't seem like it did anything. Do we need to take a screenshot of the no screenshots sign? Oh, the achievement thing? Oh, right, this thing. It just works.
Now here's something special. You remember
Stuff's
that
going
broken
down
test
in
achievement that got left
Voices
in
of the
the
Void?
game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Test achievement
As you
description.
can see, the machine is not working yet.
Place this.
What? Wait, what in the holy hell is going on? You got the achievement? Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched? Oh, God. Composure?
Composure.
Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended. It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable 2. Breathe. Just breathe.
You're making a tool to make avatars easier? How's that go? Voices of the Void?
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
The jump circle.
You know what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a pretty good idea. I'd like to hang on to that for the sequel.
I want to kind of see what's in the Setting World Champion, but I also don't want to just step into the circle and then reset the game. Are you sure? Like, begin the game again? Hi, Ravenheart. What did that do?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Finally, yes.
We can jump.
Bucket. Yes, yes, yes. I love that bucket.
Wait, okay, what do we do with the jump now that we can do a jump? What does that mean? Look, where can we go now that we couldn't get to before with the jump? Is there still stuff in the new content? What? God, chat, what do we do? Out a window or something. There's one secret in the vent area. What, like the vent area that we fell into?
Stanley
or like the
clutched
secret tunnel
bucket
area?
tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
LZ, what do you like in here you're talking about?
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere
In
else.
this vent
the
thing?
cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Do I jump down? Is this another fake button? Don't click the recorder. Okay, so just go all the way into there, but don't click the recorder. Okay. To the right, there's a box you can jump over. Oh God, praise jumping. How do I can't close it. Was that it? Fantastic.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
I guess
mean?
back to the
Stanley
new
decided
content
to
with
go
the
to
bucket.
meeting room. One man.
Oh god, we can
one
still
bucket.
jump.
One chance to seize their destiny together.
All the hard style you do. Oh god, I'm getting hungry. The one roommate's making like some eggs or something. You can smell it. Wait, why are you letting me know I can jump here? Now for the hardcore world champion settings. No, I don't want to do the world champion settings.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra
No, because you have to
deluxe
click through every
nonsense.
single number.
I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce
What is it that you want to get straight?
the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions?
I am
Think of all the
indeed
new
not
territory
straight.
we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel, an entirely
Step in
new
the circle
experience
again and then
built from the ground
back
up.
out
Why there are so many
to get rid of the
possibilities.
prompt
It
so
could
you don't
go
have to
in
waste
so
your
many
any
different
more
directions.
jumps.
This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
So straight. Let's go back into the jump circle.
You know what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a pretty good idea. I'd like to hang on to that for the sequel.
Okay, so Mellow, because we looked up the setting thing, and it looked like it was like a gigantic pain in the ass. Like, okay, so we go to the settings, and so now what we have to click through every single thing, or what? Because like we tried this before, and I spent a lot of time touching everything in the settings. And I think we looked it up, and it sounded like every single slider you have to get to every single number. Just slide the sliders from left to right. That counts. We did that. Okay, we'll just do it all together. Okay, so like that. Is this a Unity game? I don't actually know what inside the room. Oh, do I maybe just have to go like more? Actually, here, what if I use? Yeah, because it's like skip some. All the languages. This is thrilling content, isn't it? Joe's favorite. This is gameplay. Like the stairs better. The stairs percent. Oh, there's also reticle size. 8 hours of content right here. Reticle off. Wait, there wasn't a third one in there. Oh, there's also reticle. Yeah, see, we almost missed reticle opacity. Why does this game have so many options? Didn't have so many before. So Cutie, we're doing something dumb to try to get into those.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
To try to get into that, this room in front of us.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
This is what's called content, chat. Oh, set all the settings in the menu to all available numbers. Wait, does that mean we can get in? Ah, we did it! Great job, you did it.
Ah, I can see you've gotten the Settings World Champion achievement. Well done. You've experienced every setting, traveled to all corners of the settings menu. There's nothing you haven't seen. So, just for you, in the Stanley Parable 2, I'm including an entirely new setting, something called bumpscosity. What exactly is bumpscosity?
Bumpscosity.
Well, I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I just know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider, and that it'll be available from the settings menu. We'll sort the rest of the details out later.
Yes, we did it.
I look forward to trying out every level of bumpscosity in the Stanley Parable 2.
One thing is you did the exact same thing last time. I don't know, maybe we'd missed some of those. Is there actually this bumpscosity thing now? In video, maybe? Oh, is that at the top? Am I just blind? Bumpscosity. Oh, it's logarithmic too. Love it. Turn VSync. Do we need VSync? That's a normal slider right there. Okay. Well, that was good. That was worthwhile. I feel like we were like extra careful with that run through the settings, so maybe that helped. You lag and stutter. Wow, like why do you get a... Oh, epilogue.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the... well, we'll figure that out later.
I have not tried max bumpscosity. The bumpscosity is pretty heavy right now. Bumpscocious.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean?
We haven't seen the infinite
But
hole
the
with
Stanley
Bucket.
Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential. Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact,
What's the
a
objective?
hole that you can
I've been asking
fall
myself
down
that
forever.
for a
That's
while.
right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Where's the adventure
See,
line?
isn't
It's
it
gone.
Wonderful. One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button
a
to go
shepherd
back to
dome.
the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Why spend your money on this way high effort game? I don't think you've seen a lot of the stuff that we
I
play.
don't know quite how to say
They're
this
all very
tactfully,
high effort
but it's
games.
possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that
whoa.
it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got
just
a
the
heated
two
there.
of
I think
us.
We both said some things
We
we
can
didn't
make
mean.
it if
Why
we
don't we
try.
just put all
Just
this
the
behind
two
us
of
and
us.
agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you,
Doesn't feel like we're getting a different whole experience with the bucket, though. I feel like the bucket is not giving us a different whole experience.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you
Seem to.
even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Let's continue on to the exit. Just wait for Cal Furry. I don't need to wait for Cal Furry to get new holes. Wow. What do you mean? What love hole, see? I think you got about everything minus the heaven bucket thing. I think so. Consider it.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going
feel it
to
in your
work.
soul.
There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
It won't. I feel like this is the same as when we were in here the first time.
Are you ready? Here it is.
How to get the bucket into the office?
The Stanley Parable 2.
I don't know. We just keep like working on the we can just keep doing that run and just hope that it gets open. But I feel I don't know.
There's potential here, right? It's sort of okay. Never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay. Yes. This is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Just check the spreadsheet.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all.
We'll check the spreadsheet after we reset here.
I do enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait. Maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well,
Dreamcore? I've not played Dreamcore.
Tastefully, of course, with respect.
What's the opposite of a spreadsheet?
Integrity of the original game. Would it possibly? I suppose it could, but it would need a really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up.
Close block.
All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Focus point. Fistful of boyfriends. I've never played Papers, Please. Okay, let's check the spreadsheet.
This is the
spreadsheet. Okay. Where's all the bucket ones? The bucket ones are down here. Get to the bucket dimension. Walk out of the main office. Seems like just walk out of the main office Input all four. And do the input in there. What's my head base? What do you mean? What's my head base? Have you watched Papers, Please? If not, I have watched through Papers, Please. So unfortunately, the game has been ruined for me. Let's just get some background music over it. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's not the spreadsheet's not super helpful. Bucket or 3D print. I don't, like my fursuit head base? Is that what you're talking about, Cutie? It's neither. So Wild Dog Works uses a 3D printed mold and then does a foam base inside of the 3D printed mold. So the head itself is like a foam base. Which also means that the whole thing is like crushable. Just a matter of the office door staying open so you can walk back in. I mean, clearly. Stickers ending? Okay, we got the stickers ending. Actually, yeah, we did that. We go down, we got the madness ending. We did the elevator up, down. So bucket foam? What do you mean bucket foam? I think the flowchart that will show you how to keep it open. No. Keypad skipped by the narrator. Usually go up and down the lift. We did that. Let's see. We did Secret to Show. We got the False Hope. We got the Birdwatch. We got to the bottom of the mind control pit. We got the bucket museum. We did the love bond. We did the comedic timing. We did the quiz show. Okay, so I think we did all these bucket ones except for the Heavens bucket one. We got the real person. I think we got all of these because we got the Zending. We got the archive one, Cold Feet. I think we've gotten everything, honestly, other than bucket heaven ending. We got the infinity hole ending. We got the epilogue. Content. Enter with the bucket. Okay. So this is where we just were. Choose your story. No, you just have to choose the name of the story. Narrator's confused because you already have a bucket. It goes to the same rooms. Ultra Deluxe abruptly ends. The bucket. Display come in contact. They explode. We did that. We did the achievement machine. Exit the hall to the conference room upstairs. Narrator fails to demonstrate that new content door is permanently available. Okay, so now the new content door is just permanently available. Yeah, so I think the only one is just this heaven ending with the bucket. Oh, I still got the background music in. So, I don't know, we could try one or two more times just to see if, oh, controller's off. Try one or two more times to see if,
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Do we need to do something
Stanley
special to get it,
go
maybe?
To the
or
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply... It's bucket time.
It's bucket time. Let's turn around. Why was it open that time? Did we do anything different?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where coming
Yeah,
to a
we'll try this one more time. If it doesn't work,
Stanley
maybe
and
we'll
the bucket
look it up
walked
because maybe there's like a
upstairs to
trick
the
to it or
boss's
something that
office.
it's not super obvious. Oh, my Xbox controller is running out of battery.
Stepping.
Did the phone ring that go around? Was that the same round? It might have been. Infra? Let's see, if it's not open, we'll yeah, let's look this up. Let's see, Stanley Parable. It's a puzzle game. Let me get some background. Ultra Deluxe Bucket Heaven ending. Bucket Heaven. I'll figure this out because the game kept closing Stanley's office door after I left it, so I couldn't grab the bucket and go back in. But it got it eventually. So how? Okay, so sometimes the door just doesn't close. Apparently there isn't any hidden dialogue. Well, completely random, nothing specific triggers it. I got it to happen after 10 restarts since the last time it happened. 3 times since... Okay. Yeah, so just reset, grab bucket, check door. Oh, right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed him. It's bucket time. Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself.
I wonder if it's even just as simple as, like, does the door close when we walk away from it?
The meeting room. I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers. Already this was uncomfortable. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Let's try going
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had... It's bucket time.
Endoparasitic 1 and 2. It's a mouse game only, so I don't think you can.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. It's bucket time. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So let's see. You just have to keep walking out of Stanley's office, walk straight forward until you hear the door closing behind you, and then restart the game again. I can tell you that the indicator that you're on the right reset if you walk past and you don't hear the door close, and you'll always hear the phone ringing. Oh, it is the phone ringing one.
All of his co-workers...
Oh.
All of his co-workers... The meeting room, yeah.
We'll just reset it if... What? We haven't gotten this start before.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
I kind of want to just look around because we haven't gotten this start before. Okay, it's just until here, I guess.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
Okay.
all of his co-workers were gone.
Speed running. Bucket
All
percent.
of his co-workers.
Bucket percent.
All of his.
It's the wrong. It needs to be like the regular office.
My God, the bumpscosity in here is absolutely overwhelming. 1,000? You people have got to be nuts.
Bumpscosity.
All of his co.
Give me the damn ring.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
There's like a weird lag spike on that one.
All of his co-workers.
All of his coworkers.
Stanley decided to go.
Stanley decided to restart. Oh, okay, there it is. And yeah, you didn't hear the door close behind us. Okay.
It's bucket time.
Ah. Wait. Wait, no. Did that reset itself? Oh, fuck. Fuck, really? Okay, let me, I was gonna redo the batteries in my controller so I can use the controller. I want to get this ending, chat. Xbox, please find the PC. God, Windows, why are you such a piece of shit? Okay, there it goes. Found it. Wait, it was disconnected when I was in the menu. Why did it disconnect the second I closed the menu? Just remove device. Gotta unpair the Xbox controller and then repair the Xbox controller. Windows, why do you suck? Remove fail. How do you fail to remove it? Oh my god. It's always the Saturday streams, chat. Remove failed. Okay, well, add Bluetooth device. The Xbox controller. We're just trying to pair the Xbox controller, chat. Oh my god, Windows, please. Remove the paired device. Give me a new paired device. Windows does not want to let me unpair it. Okay, there we go. It randomly worked. Okay, so we need to get all this. We need to get this damn input thing again.
Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never
And then we're gonna have to spawn again until we get the damn the phone again.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person
This better be
here
worth it,
either.
chat.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Wait, where's this one? No, this is okay, so now we need to wait until we get the right no door.
All of his
Okay, we got phone.
It's bucket time.
Bucket. Oh. Bucket heaven. Bucket. It's not just all the buttons this time. Bucket. Bucket. Is this it? Is it? I think that's the game then, chat. I think we're done. Oh my god. Okay, that was fantastic. That was really good. Oh my god, stretch. Stretch. Oh. Really good. Really good. High quality. High quality effort. Oh. Beludo! Beludo with the 5 gifted subs. Let's go. Beludo, you've gifted 41. You're catching up to Nick. Holy crap. Both of you guys. Beludo, thank you for the continued support of the channel. I always appreciate it being. Fidget, Ruby, Breezing, Xanda, Golden. Everyone enjoy your gifted subs. Get hype train, nerd. Beludo. Oh, you beans. Okay. Who should we send you off to? Hopefully everyone has fun plans for the weekend. I think I'm gonna go shower and get some food in me and go pick up a certain Mew friend. I'll talk to that Mew friend in a second. Who is get fooded? Who is streaming on Night Pause? Send you over to Night Pause. A certain friend. Everyone, thanks for hanging out with us. 3 hours, 59 minutes. Perfect 4-hour stream. Right there. There it is. There's the 4 hours. Everyone, have a great rest of your weekend. We'll probably see you Tuesday. Continue with Mr. Buff Wolf Adventure. Thank you for the anvil. I appreciate that. I needed a bit of a concussion to get me through the day. Before we pass this 4-minute mark, everyone, have a good rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.